What's going on, you guys? Back with another video. So in this video I want to talk about tricks that narcissists use to get back in your life, like immediately after a breakup. Now anytime they try to come back right after a big blow up, it's normally because they know they done messed up and they do not want to lose you. Now when they come back right away with the Hoovers, it's because you're fed up. See, when you're fed up with the narcissist, it's like you become drained and you just can't do it anymore. And once you express that to them, that's when they start to do anything they can out of desperation to get you back. So they use certain tricks. Normally, their number one go-to trick is buying you gifts. If they can find something really quick that they know you like, that's what they'll use to try to come back. But the thing about it is, when you're fed up, none of that stuff turns you on anymore. You don't care about that kind of stuff. Nothing impresses you, whatever the narcissists do, attempting to get you back. You just don't care anymore, because when you're drained, you don't have nothing else to give. It's like you've given them so many chances, it just becomes to the point where you're just like, if I'm doing this now, I'm only doing it for sure just to please you, because you kind of mentally check out. And when you mentally check out of the narc relationship, that's a good thing, because now you can see clear just how much time you have spent with someone who has constantly, portrayed a pattern of a behavior that is not normal. And it's not a good thing to continue to deal with. It's like, even if you're not a professional therapist or whatever, you even want to help them. You want to help them. You want to point out things about their personality that they probably want to check up on. Don't become their therapist. If anything, if you notice a pattern of someone's behavior who's not abusive to the point to where, they've really ruined your life, but if anything, it has a lot to do with how they affect you mentally. It's just like you finally start to realize this is not good for me. And you've done it so many times that maybe you need to start to think about your behavior and go and see someone to talk to about it, because this is not normal. And you're going to keep doing it over and over again. When you express that to the narcissist, it's like deep down inside, they know that they are, but they're so desperate to get you back in the moment. They're really not trying to hear that about going and get help. Because in their mind, if they can get you to just realize they overreact, I moved too quickly. I realized that I messed up. But they're just so desperate to get you back. It's like they don't care about there needs to be a change. Like, we can't just go back to the way things were and you just expect me to think that it'll be better. Now, a lot of times narcs, they will go a long time, from the last time that they had an episode to where they just completely melt down. And when they get in their thoughts, they get highly emotional. They see things in a way where you don't see it as just a narcissist. You don't see them as a narc. You start to think deeply about, like, what you see. Like, it's deeper than that. Like, it's a little more to their personality. And, again, not being a professional or anything, but you'll start to question, does it have something to do with a different type of personality disorder? Someone who becomes very highly emotional in their own thoughts they it's like they take things the wrong way, and there's no getting them to calm down and see it a different way, to show them that maybe you're overreacting, or you took it the wrong way. You can't get the narc to realize that, when they're gone. I did that video last night about how the narcissists, they ruin what they don't understand. That's how they ruin what they don't understand. It's because they jump to conclusions. They always feel attacked. And the question is, where did they come from? What did I say that made you feel attacked? Why did you take it so personal? Like, you chose to take it personal. You heard what you wanted to hear. And why I'm trying to explain to you, that's not it. You were so deep in your feelings and emotions, you just went ballistic thinking that it's over. Like, you jumped to those conclusions. A narcissist could be so insecure till they think that just because you're unavailable, that you're doing something wrong. They creating these thoughts in their own mind, even though you haven't given them a reason to think that you're cheating. And they need supply so bad, they will ruin a good thing because they go off and search for new supply to, fulfill that high that they need, because you haven't been there to do that lately. That's how they ruin what they don't understand. But don't be tricked into these Hoovers of, okay, once they snap out of it, they go run and buy you a gift to get you back. Your birthday coming up, I was thinking this or that. They are very, they use certain times to do things. They know, they kind of smart at that. They calculate how they're going to do it because they think that they can get you that way. If I know that her birthday is coming up soon, then I'll go and buy a gift, and then I'll, present her a gift or whatever. And it's like, that's not what's gonna change anything. No matter how many gifts you buy, in their mind, they think if they could just take things back to the way it was, then long as they feel better, that's all that matters. But the moment you point out, no, the stakes are higher now, you got to do a little bit more, they go back to the drawing board, but they're not thinking that the little bit more has to do with a self-checkup. Like, not me, you need to do a little bit more as far as working on yourself. I've even told people, you need to go get your head checked straight up. And there is no nice way of putting it. All of us need to get our heads checked at some point, because we mentally check out and we start to think in ways that, that we shouldn't. And we get off focus, and then we just take off from there. And it's like there's no getting us back. So the thing about it is, when we come down from that, whatever just happened, we need to realize that that's not normal behavior, and there's a problem. It's something you need to go check on. That's why I say go get your head checked. And I don't mind telling that to anybody out of love and, the care that I have for people, when I see that maybe it's deeper than just narcissism, because we all have narc traits. The thing about it is, when you look at their intentions, it's like a click moment. Like, something is not well about that person. Their sister need to go get a mental evaluation, because this happens too often. And again, it may be long breaks in between the last time it happened, but rest assured it's going to happen again. And if you really care for that person, you can point that out. Now, a covert narc who just do not care about listening to what you have to say, they just want what they want. They're very rude about it. They're very pushy about it. That's somebody that you probably don't even want to waste your time on. Again, It could be deeper than narcissism. We all have narc traits. Thing is, when you start to see something else, point it to them out of love and out of genuine concern for the person. But don't be tricked into the Hoovers of, I want you back and I should get you back. Because you gotta look at the fact that I'm not well, I messed up, and well, here's a gift, because I know that you like gifts. I'm gonna do anything I can to get you back. They're not thinking about, maybe you should do anything you can to get yourself back. You know, it's not about me at this point. Get yourself together, and we'll just revisit this and see how it goes in the future. When you point that out to them and they can take it and not take it as an attack that you're ruining what I'm trying to do here, bringing up all this other stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with me. When they get like that, it's time to just let it go, because it is what it is at that point. And I mean, it's like, we can't help everybody. Like, we just can't help everybody. When God put it on our spirits and point out things, certain things to us about people, maybe that is for you to speak to them about. Maybe it is. Maybe it's just a part of awareness, something that you just need to know, to protect yourself. But at the same time, when there's been a certain relationship with this person, it's a good thing to point that out to them and let them know that it's okay to not be okay sometimes, and to just go check on yourself. We all need that sometimes, that type of checkup. Not just a physical checkup, we also need a mental checkup. And don't, feel so sorry for people to where, I felt sorry for them. That's why I gave them a second chance, because they're going to do it again. Like, they're very clever. People are very clever. We all can use our cleverness to get what we want if we want to. It depends on our intentions, whether it's good or bad, if we should do that. I've been clever enough to get my way with a certain situation out of protection and out of being in survival mode, just with work alone. I know how to speak to people in a way, because if I give them this back and forth engagement, it's like I already know what it's going to turn into. It's like you have to know how to deal with a certain type of pet. If you have, you're familiar with animals, you love pets and stuff like that, but every dog you come across is not going to be friendly. So you don't want to be too aggressive. You don't want to approach every dog in a way to where you got your chest puffed out because you're bold and, you have the courage to speak up and say what's on your mind. You can't always approach a person like that. Sometimes you have to come, in calmness and be smart about it and be gentle, because you don't know what you're going to get in return from that. So, but anyway, beware of those trick Hoovers that narcs use to get you back. Don't fall for it out of love and care that you have for them. Just know that when you see something deeper, it may be a good idea to point it out to them. And at the same time, just know when it's genuine remorse, and regret, and know when it is okay to give a person a second chance in that moment. But when you see that there's a pattern, maybe, you should take a break from giving them that second chance. Like, maybe we should do it different this time around. And you can point out some things to them why you feel that way. So that concludes this video. I want to thank y'all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.